Hey, what's up, everybody? So, if you've been hearing about AI but haven't really started using it yet, or you tried ChatGPT and it felt overwhelming, then this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through Claude, the AI tool that I've been personally using for work and for my personal goals every single day. I'm not here to show you guys a gimmick, or I'm not here you guys just to show you to test it out. I'm literally here to actually show you guys how I run my work and my life through it. Think about email editing, document adjusting, getting help with meeting prep, research, planning, side projects, and everything else in between. And here's the thing, right? It's free to start, right? It takes about 60 seconds to just sign up. And by the end of this video, I promise you, you're going to know exactly how to use it. I'm going to cover things like how to sign up, right? A walkthrough of the user interface of Claude, the different use cases, so the different examples that I've been using it at work and in my personal life, tips to learn quicker, and the one big mistake beginners tend to make that I would like you guys to avoid. Great, awesome. So right before we begin, like just a quick ask, if you guys get any value out of this video, please like and subscribe so that the algorithm can pick this up and many other folks like yourself can come across this video, because I intend to upload more videos breaking down different AI tools that actually save time and money. All right, let's jump straight into it. So the first thing we're going to do, as you can see here, is we're on Google. We're going to go to Claude AI. Right, boom, this is the landing page, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in using my grandfather's email, since it's brand new, clean, right? There are no other files there that can change how Claude can respond, because it will get to know you in a good way. So step first is go to the first page. You can see here, right? It's this is the landing page, and it's super simple to create an account. You can log in with the Gmail as I just did, with Apple or anything else. It takes literally a minute. And then with the free plan, you get a whole bunch of things, right? That I intend to show you. So here I'm already logged in my grandfather's plan. It says Brandon return because I said my name is Brandon. And the first thing I want to kind of walk through is the user interface, right? So you can see here that on the left, you'll have a new chat where you can speak. And then when you click on that, it's going to take you to this page. Search is another feature that allows you to go through past chats or projects. More to come with that. And we'll leave it as it for now. Right. So here in the center, this is called the prompt bar, and it's where you tend to have the conversations, right? Type and whatnot, and you can ask Claude anything. Here, when you have past conversations, they will pop up here on the bottom left. And that's pretty really, it for now. There's no really complicated setup and no additional settings for you to configure. You just start talking to it, and it's going to, adjust going forward. So my number one tip for beginners, jumping right in, is just to talk to Claude like a person, right? If you can text a friend, you can use Claude, right? And I'm going to show you the way that I use it most. So think specifically for emails, right? And this is probably how you're normally going to be using it as well. So I copied and I'm going to paste this prompt. And this is an email that I received from one of my coworkers, right? Hi, Brandon. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to follow up on our conversation from last week about a community event. We're looking either April 12th or the 19th for the date. Venue confirmed for both Saturdays are available, and he needs an answer by Friday. Also, can you send over the updated flyer with the new time? I think we said 2 to 4 p.m. instead of originally 1 to 3 p.m. Let me know if that's right. One more thing, Maria asked if you can add a Q&A portion at the end. I think it's a good idea, but wanted to check with you first since you're leading the program. Thanks, Alex. I wanted to read it out loud so you guys can know. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in parentheses, right? So that they know, so that Claude knows that it was being said from someone else. And I'm going to type reply to this email, confirm April 12th, right? Confirm 2 to 4 p.m. Whoop, April 12th, right? Confirm 2 to 4 p.m. and say yes to the Q&A idea. Keep it professional but friendly. Professional but friendly. So I just took an email that I received. I pasted it in, right? I told Claude how to respond, and watch this. As it's working right now, right? We're going to see it generate. It's here. It's loading, and it's working on it right now. And just like that, look, it's going to pop up. You can see that it's shifting, and just like that, boom, wakala, clean, professional, exactly what I needed. Hi, Alex, great to hear from you. Thanks for following up on all the details. Let's go with April 12th for the event date. Please let the venue know we can lock that in before Friday's deadline. Yes, 2 to 4 p.m. is correct. I'll get the updated flyer over to you shortly with the new time reflected. As for Maria's suggestion, I love it. Adding a Q&A at the end is a great idea. I think it'll really sound out of the program. Happy to help shape the format for that if it's useful. Let me know if there's anything else you need from me before the event. Looking forward to it. So in this email, you can see that there's this high EQ. It doesn't sound robotic, right? It sounds like it's a human responding to it. One thing I would like just to highlight, just me looking at it, is these hyphens, right? So if you want, I can say, please, what's the word? Please find an alternative to the hyphens, and I'll put these in parentheses so that it knows, right? When writing emails, and it should be able to provide a response to that, right? So let's say to adjust for that, I'll stop and dash. Here's how it handles. Commas, financial pauses. Yes, boom, exactly. Yep. Periods to break sentence from Maria. I love it. Boom. Collins when introducing a quick note. The flyer will be up. I'll apply this in the future draft. Yes, please, and make it a bit more casual, and see how the email changes as it loads. Hi, Alex. Thanks for following up. Let's go with April 12th. No hyphens. Please let the venue know we can lock that in before Friday. Lock that in more casual than the professional. And yes, 2 to 4 p.m. is right. I'll get the updated flyer over to you shortly. Love Maria's Q&A idea. I think it'll be a great addition to the program. Happy to figure that out. Happy to figure out the format. I'm sorry if that's useful. Let me know if you need anything else. Looking forward to it, Brandon. Perfect. No dashes. A lighter, more conversational tone throughout. And yeah, perfect example. It remembers everything. Claude remembers everything in the conversation. So just to keep refining if you want, right? What used to take me 10 minutes to draft an email, for example, going back and forth in my head, writing, rewriting, second guessing. The tone now, it literally takes less than 30 seconds, right? And it's not just emails. Think about memos, think about reports, think about messages to your boss. You could paste it in, get feedback on it, improve it, and do better, right? You can tell Claude what you needed to do, what it needs to do so that it could do things in a quicker manner. I've honestly never communicated more clearly at work than since I started using this, and I've always prided myself in being a clear communicator. But I feel like Claude decreases the amount of time that I would have to like think about creating these emails, and then somebody would tell me, "Oh, but Brandon, but aren't you like using your brain less?" Not really, right? Because these are menial tasks. So if like I already have an idea of what I want to respond, but I just want Claude to kind of put everything together quicker, I'm still going to go through everything, right? And I'm going to read it out loud and I'm going to write it out to make sure that what Claude is providing makes sense. So, biggest mistake people make when just getting started is that they think they need to prompt it perfectly, when in reality, you don't. You just speak to it as if it's your friend, ask it, and then as things go on, you will get better. Now, the second use case, oh, look at that. So I guess because of the timing, it became darker automatically. Great, you guys saw it in real time. So let's start a new chat, right? A new chat. And in this case, we're going to do something different, right? This one's a game changer. You can upload the files directly into Claude like PDFs. So Word documents, spreadsheets, images, it reads everything, right? So let's upload, for example, look for these files, a 2026, let's say, company onboarding guide. This is like a policy guide that is supposed to, explain what the requirements are for once you get onboarded, the process, what does 30 days look like, what does 60 days look like, etc. Right? So let me type in, summarize the main points of this document, right? So let's say your job sends you this long policy document, which is right what I'm referring to, and you need to take certain key takeaways from this document, right? In this case, it's about 7 pages. Instead of reading through all of it, you upload it, ask for a summary, and Claude will break it down for you in seconds, right? So here you can see the feedback, right? The company overview. It's a created company. I just created it, right? Apex Solutions, founded in 2018, serves 2,000 clients across 15 states with 180 employees. Offer 3 certain products. Boom. So it's giving you the breakdown, the company overview, the first 90 days, what it looks like, right? 30 days, the next 30 days, and then the following 30 days. The first 30, the first 60, the first 90, right? Mention the weekly manager check-ins as well. Benefits of being part of the company. It's highlights, tools and culture, and the policies. So it's amazing that it's able to take these multiple pages and break it down in a simple and easy to digest manner. Um, let's ask a follow-up question, right? What does it say about um, the products it's offering? Let's say, who is its ideal client? Let's see if it's able to review the details and go in and provide a response. Look at that. Products offered: Apex Flow workflow automation designed for small teams, Apex Books accounting and invoicing, Apex HR human resources and payroll. The guy knows that while the product addresses a distinct need, they integrate seamlessly. Ideal client: the document doesn't go deep into the detail about the target customer profile, but based on what it's mentioned, the ideal clients appears to be small businesses looking to streamline their operations through technology. So although it doesn't specify on a specific client, it can still come up with a conclusion based on all of the information without me even saying anything in particular. So you can keep asking these follow-up questions, right? It's like having a research assistant who already read the entire document before I even sat down. I use this at work constantly, consistently, right? When it comes to meeting agendas, when it comes to reports, when it comes to handbooks, anything with a lot of text, Claude can handle it. Boom. All right. Now let's go to use case number 3, right? Learning anything. All right. Let's just type in explain what AI actually is, like I'm hearing about it for the first time. Claude is the most patient teacher you'll ever have. Right? It's a machine, it's not human, but it also has a high EQ compared to the other competitors, right? It never judges you, it never gets annoyed, and it'll never say there's that's a stupid question. And it'll explain something in 15 different ways until it clicks for you. Right? So here, what is AI? Gives a definition: artificial intelligence. It's a software that can do things normally think as requiring human intelligence, like understanding languages, recognizing images, making decisions, or solving problems, etc. Right? Gives you an even simple way to view it: the old way versus the new way of AI. Um, Giving a breakdown. What is it? What? How does it actually learn? It's even explaining how the LLM, the large language model, will learn. Gives an example of what AI can do today. We mentioned recognizing images, playing video, audio, understanding the language, playing games. Right, we have it in driving cars. Right, way more, I think. Right, Google owned. And even when we have it, think about Netflix, YouTube, or all of these streaming services. They're all using AI right within it. So and it even explains what it is not, right? It's not magic, it's not conscious. It doesn't feel, think, or understand the way that humans do, although there are some things in the works that people say it might have some sort of consciousness. It's not always right, and it's not one thing, which is great. So and if I were to ask even simpler definition, it would take that and provide an even simple response. Let's see as it loads. Right, look, see that? Just adjust it. You can learn anything like this: a new skill for work, a side project, a language, understanding the news better, right? Claude gives you a direct answer and then lets you have a conversation about it. There's no scrolling through tens of articles trying to find what you need. You can just strictly ask it, have a conversation with it, and go from there. All right. Use case number 4, working on your project. So let me click on this project section, right? Now, this is where Claude starts to get very powerful, and it's something that most other AI tools don't do too well, right? Claude has a feature called projects. Think of it like a dedicated workspace for a specific area in your life. So in this case, I created a project for the purpose of this tutorial YouTube video called work, right? And in work, I've added 3 documents, right? So I have a project. So in this project, right, within Claude, I have a project for my job, for work, right, where I've uploaded 3 key documents, right? My team goals, or my goals for 2026, my notes, my work notes, and my weekly task for this week, right? Now, every time I start a conversation inside this specific project, Claude already knows my context, right? I don't have to re-explain what the documents are saying, what the files are saying. It's able to capture it already, right? So let's write in a prompt. What are the top priorities I should focus on this week based on my notes? Right. So let me just correct myself. Sometimes that happens. We are human. We make mistake. This. Right. What are the top priorities I should focus on this week based on my notes? Right. And I'm going to send that. And we're going to see how Claude is going to read through all of the documents, right? And it will already know the things that I'm working on. All right. So look, it's stating, it's organizing my week, and it's saying must do by Friday, right? Finalize April programming for work. Send tenant survey results, right? Prep agenda by Tuesday. Finalize the programming calendar. Follow up with Meldis, right? My coworker. Record and publish videos 2 and 3. Personal commitments when it comes to reading, savings, the gym. Don't drop things, like to make sure that I don't forget. Respond to the partner or organizational emails, right? To 3 pending partner emails. Submit the community room reservation so that I can make sure that I have a room to have my meetings. It's even able to decipher all of these things. So awesome, right? See how it already knows the things that I'm working on. You could have a project on anything, a side business, planning a trip, whatever. It's like giving Claude a brain specifically trained on the stuff that you wanted to work on. Cool. Awesome. Now let's jump into the next use case, right? And this one is called artifacts, right? This one I learned not too long ago as well. So let's let's um let's write a prompt, right? Let's say create a weekly schedule. Create a weekly schedule template for someone who works, let's say, 9 to 5, and wants to build a side project in the evenings, right? Create a weekly schedule template for someone who works 9 to 5 and wants to build a side project in the evenings, right? So this is one of my favorite features, and it's unique to Claude. When you ask it to create something, a document, a chart, or even a simple app, it doesn't just type in the chat. It builds it, as you can see happening right now live, right? And it builds it in a separate panel right here, and this is what it's called, artifacts. The artifact here on the left side, you can see, right? It here it stores all of these creations, and it can create an entire layout, which is happening right now. It's building my week out based on my day job, based on my schedule. It created it, right, from 7 in the morning to 10 p.m. Right here, it break down. Wow, it broke down the calendar by day, 7 days a week. Right here, 7 in the morning to 10 at night. Morning routine, commute prep, deep work, lunch walk, meetings plus task, decompression, dinner, side project, and wind down. The project hours per week, it states it's about 14 and a half hours. The amount of focus sessions per day is 5 in the evening, 2 on weekends. Protected rest days, Wednesdays and Fridays, so that specifically on those days, there's a free social moment so that I don't get burnt out, right? And it literally creates it and walks you through it. Wow. Created an entire visual layout that I can copy, edit, and literally actually use, right? In less than a minute. You can ask for comparison tables. You can ask for trackers. You can ask for drafts, right, when you're writing, or even calculators that it can create. It builds them right in front of you. No problem. This is one of the things that made me switch from ChatGPT to Claude, because when Claude creates something, it feels like a finished product versus it just being text and it's seeming as if it's just a robot. Right here, there's this tangible and easily eye candy way to digest the information. Okay, so we're almost approaching the end of the conversation. I'm gonna show you guys the last use case, which is the web and search and research aspect. So if I were to write, search for the best free productivity app in 2026 and give me your top five with pros and cons, right? So the web search feature is already clicked, and this just gives it the confirmation that it can search the web. So if I were to enter this, right, and this is the last use case, and I were to focus right now to see the results, you can see that Claude can search the internet in real time, right? It pulls current information, it cites sources, it organizes everything, right? Instead of opening 12 different browser tabs, if you're on Safari, Google, right? And you can ask it one question and get a clear answer. I use this for researching tools, for checking facts before I send something out, and even staying current on topics I really care about, right? So, for example, I've used Notion as well. Here it gives you top five productivity app with the pros and cons. Awesome. Gives you a quick, brief overview of what the app is, what it's best for, the pros and cons. Todoist, another one that I've used as well. This one's good for like task management or like to-do list. Uh, Trello, haven't used it as much, but I've heard it's good for being able to present visually, and team boards. Toggle track, this is new for me. Time tracking helps freelancers and teams track work hours for productivity and billing. And Asana. Asana is also good for team collaboration and project management, right? It also gives you a quick table at the end. These are all free, and it ranks them in a specific order based on the need. Wow, this is great. This is awesome. So with that being said, I've walked you guys through multiple use cases, multiple examples, right? Um, as a reminder, 3 tips so that you can learn faster, right? Because you already know, uh, based on what I've shown you guys, what Claude can do. So, all right. So now that you guys have seen what it can do, there are 3 tips that I want to show you guys to help accelerate your learning. The one is to keep it open. What does that mean? Just how traditionally we've used Google in the past, and we've always gone to Google, and you kind of keep Google open all day on your phone or on your computer. Keep Claude open, right? Keep it open every time you're about to do a task. You ask yourself something and you have a question. You think about, can Claude do it faster? 9 times out of 10, yes. Number two, right? Tip number two is start with what you already do. So don't try to learn some fancy AI workflow. Um, the emails you already write, the documents you already read, the questions you already Google, just run them through Claude. Run them through Claude first, and that's how you build the habit of consistently reaching out to Claude, right? And then tip three is you first, Claude second, and you last. What does that mean? Start with your idea, start with your voice. Let Claude speed up the execution. Then, before you send anything out, make sure you review it and you check it. Make sure it sounds like you. Make sure that it is accurate and that it is ready. Because your brain will start it, Claude will accelerate it, and then your brain will always finish it. Like anything in life, Claude can make mistakes, like any other machine we have seen, like humans in general, right? These things are called AI hallucinations, right? And this is the one thing that I would like, uh, any beginner or anybody who's using Claude to keep in mind is that AI can sometimes get things wrong, right? And this is called hallucination. Claude might say something confidently and it might sound extremely confident, very accurate, but you would need to verify it, because if it may sound the machine may sound confident, but it doesn't mean that it is correct, right? You need to check everything, especially with the specific facts or numbers, right? This happens with every single AI tool. So the rule is simple. If it matters, verify it. I check everything Claude gives me, especially if I'm using it for work or for my personal life, right? I don't blindly just paste something into a work email without reading it first, without seeing if it flows, without seeing if it matches my tonality, without making sure that it's fact. That you first, Claude second, you last framework, that's the safety net, right? So Good news, Claude is actually one of the most careful AI tools out there. It'll often tell you when it's not sure, but it doesn't mean that it always will. So please always double check your work. And I definitely wanted to hone in on that. Awesome. Great. So hopefully that was helpful. To make this even easier for you guys, I put a free PDF attached in the description, a Claude cheat sheet with all the features that we covered today, some example prompts you can copy and paste, plus the extras for when you're past the beginner stage and trying to evolve. Links are in the description below, as I mentioned. Here's what I would recommend or what I want you to do after this video, right? Go to Claude AI like I am here, sign up, and just start. Just start asking a question. Start off with one question, any question, and then ask it another question. And don't overthink it. Just flow with it, right? The technology is not going anywhere. The people who start using it now are going to have an extreme massive advantage compared to those that do not, at work, in business, in your personal lives. And it's free to start, literally. There's literally no excuse. And if you want hands-on work, right, on using AI for your specific situation, whether it's work, whether it's a side project or a personal goal, I'm offering a free 20-minute strategy call where we use AI together to tackle your actual challenge. It can be anything ranging from work related to personal related. I'm just here to see how I can help you become a better version of yourself, right? The link for that is in the description as well. If this video helped, please like and subscribe. I'm putting out more videos breaking down AI tools like this one just to actually make a difference, right? Hit the like button once again. Share this with someone if you feel like they would use this for their benefit. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you for sticking to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.